Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 8. We are starting a brand new week on raising our vibration in 2018, and I'm so excited that you're joining me. So today we are going to take a look at the disconnection from our etheric body, so our soul energy body, and our physical body. And so I know there's lots of people out there who struggle with disease and pain and any kind of physical discomforts. And so this is something that we're going to bring into our focus, into our awareness. Sorry, we're crooked here. So that we can work on, when we raise our vibration, our physical body will actually catch up with our spiritual body. So everything will come into alignment as we do this. And remember, we are multiple dimensional beings. So meaning, we've got to look at body, mind, and spirit when we are healing ourselves. And this is an important part of it. And I know for myself, this has been a journey, on my life lessons. This has been one of my life lessons that I tend to repeat. So my weight has always been something that I've struggled with. And I can lose weight and gain weight like nobody can. And I'm learning on this journey that I hang on to weight for reasons. I hang on to it for protection. There's a whole story that I have written for myself in regards to my weight and why I have it, and why when I lose it, I go and find it again. And so what happens is, as soon as we bring awareness to what's happening in our physical bodies and why our physical bodies are presenting themselves in the way that they are, so it can be through weight gain, it can be through pain, it can be through illness, and it can be through disease. When this is happening, it's our bodies communicating with us. And we have to remember this, because what happens is the first thing that we do is we get into the mindset of war, right? Of, war against my physical body. Why is my body doing this to me? How could it do this to me? And we have to remember that, our whole being is always trying to become into alignment. It's always trying to heal itself. If you could see what your body is doing at any given moment, as far as how it's trying to heal, how your cells are completely, renewing themselves, you would be amazed at how much it's actually doing to keep you alive and keep you going, and keeping everything running smoothly. So what happens is, when we have physical imbalances in our body, whether it's disease, illness, or injury, it's happening, first of all, outside our actual physical body. So we have what we call our auric field, or your ethereal body, which is actually outside of your physical body. And so there's many teachers that will teach us that by the time we actually are experiencing physical symptoms in our body, these vibrations have been floating around in our auric field, or ethereal body, trying to communicate to us. And when we don't acknowledge them, or we don't work on the connection, the vibrational connection that we're having with them, then that's when they boom, 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 come into our physical body. And it's the same thing. You can see homeopathic medicine teaches us this, that when a healing happens, when you're using homeopathy, when it's actually the disease or illness or imbalance, whatever it is you're working on, is coming out of your body, it actually comes back out the same way that it came in. So people will often experience a lot of the symptoms that they had when they first got sick, as the illness is leaving their body. And so really, it just goes to show you how, we say it all the time, but, I don't know if we think about it in every aspect, but how everything is absolutely energy. So even the illness that we have, or the diseases that we have, it's energy. It's all energy. And we need to get our minds wrapped around that, especially for, some of the harder ones. So, cancer. Cancer is a word that scares the hell out of everybody. Nobody wants cancer. As soon as somebody is told that they have cancer, they, take it as a death sentence, that they've got this horrible, huge thing that they're not going to be able to heal. And we have to, keep in mind, again, there's no, cancer is energy. We know so much about cancer now, from a holistic perspective, as to how our body grows cancer cells, and we actually do things to feed cancer cells. And so we have this awareness. And this is really, really important when we are facing an illness or a disease, that first of all, you do not declare war on the illness or the disease, because you cannot heal anything through the vibration of being angry, or resentful, or, because all of those emotions come from fear, right? And so how could you expect to heal anything in your body when you're doing it from a place of fear? Deepak Chopra once said, a long time ago, you can't be an angry peacekeeper. And I absolutely love how that makes total sense, because if you have a war that's raging in your body, whether it's illness, disease, or injury, how could you possibly expect that war to be put out, or the fire to be put out, if you are facing it with the mentality of fighting the battle? Because as soon as we take on the vibration of fighting, we're in a place of fear. So we really need to watch our perception of what's happening in our physical bodies. And we really need to change our mind, our conceptual thinking of it, from a place of, why is this happening to me? Why am I being punished for this? How could my body be letting me down like this? Because, it's actually the contrary to it, right? Our body is showing us these physical things, and these physical things are showing up for us to help us, to actually help us. Because if we didn't have the symptoms and the signs that the physical body gives us when we start to experience an imbalance physically, we would just simply drop dead. We would have no warning of anything. We would just drop dead. And so you think about that, our body is doing all of these things behind the scenes to keep us going and keep us alive and keep all of our organs functioning. And if we don't get on board with that plan, then that's when illness drags out. And so another, I get a lot of people in clinic within traditional Chinese medicine, using my acupuncture as one of the healing tools, that come and see me for fibromyalgia. And so fibromyalgia is, it's a new disease it's a new label that Western medicine has come out with. And it absolutely starts off in every person as an emotional imbalance. I don't get any clients in here that have fibromyalgia that do not have anxiety or depression, or who did not start with that. And so this is just, it's probably one of my best examples of how our thoughts and our emotions, when we don't work with them and we don't learn from them, how they will make us feel really bad and really sick. And fibromyalgia is a perfect example. It can be debilitating. It can take you to the point where, people cannot get out of bed because their bodies are so sore. And there's a raging fire of inflammation through every tissue and cell in their body, which leaves them in a constant state of pain and being uncomfortable. And when you have reached that point in your illness or in your disease, your body is now screaming at you. Okay? It has reached the point where it has tried to communicate with you on so many subtle levels, and you just have not gotten it, and now it's screaming at you. So what I want you guys to bring your awareness back into is that, again, remember, everything comes into our experience for a reason. This includes disease and illness. And so we need to look at the big picture of things. You do not have a disease or an illness because somebody is punishing you, or because you've done something wrong, or because it's the luck of the draw and you've drawn the short straw. That's not why this is happening to you. This is happening to you for a reason. Your body is communicating to you and giving you ways and opening doors for you to heal yourself. The healing comes from within. It will absolutely come from within. It's not going to come from all of the doctors that you're going to go see and the tests that you're going to go and do. It's going to come from within. And you really have to look at it again on multiple levels. So when we are healing, we need to heal, physical, mental, emotional. So yes, there are things that we need to do on a physical level. So we need to make sure we're eating properly. We need to make sure that we're putting high vibrational supplements and food into our bodies, that we're, doing really simple things like putting clean, healthy water into our bodies. So we have to make sure we're doing all of the physical things that we need to do, but we need to address the root problems. And so that's where the life lessons come into play. And this is where, when you get stuck in your human mode or your humanness, you just want to go to the doctor and you want the doctor to say, here's the pill that you need to take and this will make you better. The problem with that is that I see clients who have been taking the same pill for 20 years and they still feel the same way that they did when they first went and saw their doctor. So that that's the wrong way to go, and that's the not a solution for what you're supposed to be doing. So one of the books that I go to all the time, and I'm sure everybody's heard of Louise Hay. So Louise Hay is kind of like she started the thinking about all of this, and this is her book called All Is Well. So anybody that is dealing with any kind of physical issues or, any kind of chronic pain, any illness or any disease, this is a great go-to, or any of Louise's books. This one is particularly about healing your body. So what it does is it actually brings the awareness around whatever it is you're dealing with to, your emotional, how your thoughts are creating what's happening in your, like, we know this, where thoughts are creating our reality, creating our awareness. And what she does is she puts it onto a healing aspect of how you can physically heal your body through affirmations, your thoughts, bringing awareness as to why the illness is in your body. So this is a great book. So I would suggest that everybody, and I'm sure that you can probably Google some of her stuff as well, and she's probably got some YouTube stuff as well, but take a look at that and then see, you can look up your illness and you can see what she's saying about it, and you can see how it relates to you. So I'm going to also put we're going to do some tapping on this, because again, tapping is awesome we're working on the physical body. We're going to release some of the pain and some of the disease out of our body. And so I'm going to pull up my Brad Yates, my favorite YouTube EFT guy, and we are going to do a tapping on releasing pain from the body and helping physical pain and healing in the body to happen. Okay. So remember, you've got the power within you to heal your body. This is the biggest thing. If there's anything that you guys can tell yourself today, I want you to remind yourselves that you have the power to heal yourself. Your body is like a walking chemistry set. It has every single element in there that you need to heal yourself. You just need to tune into it and awaken it within you. Okay, so let's everybody I want to tune into your energy today. I want to send a huge physical healing out to everybody that has anything that they need to work on. When you do your breathing exercise today, I just want you to take your breath into whatever part of your body needs attention. And we're going to bring the physical healing energy wave to that part of your body. Okay, so closing your eyes. Just tuning into your breathing. So we're breathing in light and love through our in-breath. And we are exhaling pain and illness and disease through our out-breath. So healing in through our nose. releasing all of our lower vibrations that are causing pain and illness in our body. In through our nose. And just stay in for a moment to receive the healing as I call in my team of guides and angels. We are strengthening our connection with source energy, and we are drawing on its healing. And we are sending a huge blast of healing energy to everyone who is open and ready to receive it. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please continue to leave your comments in the comments. I absolutely love what you guys are having to say. And again, send me the messages. If there's something that you think that we need to work on, that you're struggling with, or you have an inspiration that you want to share with us, and absolutely message it to me and we will send it out to the group. Remember, we are all doing this together and there is power and strength in numbers. Have an absolutely amazing day and we will talk to you tomorrow.